We welcome you back into the show as it's time to introduce another guest for the program, and it's going to be John Deitrich, head coach of the McLouth softball team. Hey, Coach, appreciate your time. For you, exciting time of the year. You're kind of getting down to the home stretch of the season.
Yeah, we've put together some pretty good wins, and we've stumbled a couple times, but we're really young with a senior and two juniors, and um, that everything's new to them, so we gotta get through it together.
What's that like for you as a coach? With such a young team, like what's that process like, just in your coaching style?
Um, it's everything's new. With the kind of the change in leadership a little bit, they were so comfortable with where they were at. I was lucky to have 2 years in the program before getting the reins. There's some changes that had to be made, I felt like, but we sure have fun at practice. So I guess that's probably the best part of it.
Any specific changes that you made that were forced in there?
I just just Ballard's a great guy. Ballard was always that big old cuddly teddy bear, and but when it's time to go to work, it's time to go to work. Um, I think that there are some times when I'm probably a little more gristly than he was, just because that's the way I am. It's just my personality.
So at this time of the year, like what are some of those things that you are trying to polish up? Anything that stands out for you?
Well, right now we're still working on backups and simple stuff that we just have to be better at. We have to be better at backing people up. We're trying to install some offensive things that when we might be getting overpowered a little bit, we do some other things to try to put balls in play and put pressure on defenses, because usually if they got a really good pitcher, their defense might be suspect, and so we've got to figure out how to ways to attack them that way.
That lineup for you, has it been pretty stable throughout the season, or have you had to adjust things?
We've adjusted things a little bit, but I mean we got 13 kids, so there's not a lot of pieces we can fit in. We've adjusted up and down the lineup a little bit depending on who's kind of swinging a hot stick and who might need a little pressure off of them. And but you know we've really done some really good things offensively. Um, I think there's better still coming though.
John Deitrich joining us here, head coach of the McLouth softball team. For you, I mean, like the long track record of success. Started out at Santa Fe Trail High School back in the early '90s. Like, what got you interested in softball and in coaching the sport?
Well, my principal said I could either coach softball or not coach in the spring when they started the program. So I kind of felt like I was a baseball guy and I thought it would be an easy transition. I was fooled there. But anyway, the kids that we had coming through at Santa Fe Trail at the time were all measured athletes, and they all had a lot of. We had some kids coming, and it sure made me look pretty good.
What was that those big differences that you had to overcome, like making that transition from baseball to coaching softball? Like, what were some of those things that stood out to you that you noticed?
Well, the game's faster, which I appreciated because you can watch a high school baseball game go on forever, and we can get in and out, and if we play well in an hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes, and so we can roll right into the next. The tempo of the game is what really made me think that this is kind of where I wanted to be, because I thought that mentally and strategically there was more things that we could do to attack, and we could create some openings, and we could you know and as a pitcher, if you can find somebody in the center of the diamond, you can win a lot of games.
I mean, you look at your stops, Santa Fe Trail, and Holton for 14 years. Now your third season as head coach at McLouth. Like, what have you enjoyed just about coaching softball?
uh I like seeing the kids figure something out and do things that they've never thought they could do before. um we've got some kids in the lineup that are slappers that were converted right-handers, and it just fits their skill set better. But they'd started that well before I was in the deal. Got kids that corner infielders that are playing in the middle, got outfielders that are running, and we converted an outfielder to a catcher this year, which she'd had some previous experience, but she's really solid there. It's just the pace of the game and the ability to manipulate people a little bit. I think is really the things that we've grown into.
Well, I got to imagine like communication with your players is not an issue. You're telling me you grew up in a barber shop in Burlington, Kansas with your dad.
Yes, sir. He barbered for 57 years, and I had to speak to everybody when they came in the shop and hopefully know their name, or I'd hear about it. But because that was good business, and but there were some characters there, and some people think that I might have that some of that might have rubbed off a little bit.
You said like, there's some high profile people coming through that barbershop.
Yeah, I was out as high school and into college, and Tyrell Reed and Christian Braun were coming through Burlington at the time, and there he would call me. My dad would call me, "Hey, you'd never guess what college coach was in the shop getting a $7 haircut this week and ask about the games." Because they didn't, I guess they found out $7 is better than $25 for a haircut.
Not a bad price. Hey, Coach, appreciate your time and the insights, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Hey, thanks for the coverage. We appreciate you.
That is John Deitrich, head coach of the McLouth softball team. We'll have more of the program after this.